Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 72 of the Dear Herbalist podcast titled Building Detoxification Formulas. Now, I know you guys have seen a bazillion things all over the internet or different products. Everyone's saying detoxify, detoxify, detoxify. This is a detoxification protocol. This is a detoxification pill, potion, whatever. So, because we're in the world of detoxification products, okay, I want to give you some tips on, first of all, what is detoxification, why it's important, some key areas that you can focus on to actually formulate your own detoxification program. So stay with me here tonight. Get your pens, pencils, all that other good stuff, because we're going to talk about detoxification tonight. Now, first of all, because I'm an herbalist educator, let's define detoxification. Detoxification is the process by which the body removes toxins, waste products, and harmful substances. These substances can come from external sources like pollutants, chemicals, or even food additives, or it can be produced internally as byproducts of metabolism. Now, why is detoxification important? Because I will say this, it is important that the body is able to detoxify itself as well as get a little help if it's sluggish, okay? If there is a huge buildup of harmful substances in your body, this can lead to fatigue, poor digestion, skin issues, and other health problems. So by supporting the body's natural detox pathways through your diet, proper hydration, and herbal medicine, the body can better maintain balance and reduce the risk of illness. So when we speak about formulating for detoxification, this involves creating herbal blends that support the body's natural detox processes, primarily through targeting the liver, the kidneys, the skin, and your lymphatic system. Now, understand the key word that I said in there is support the body's natural detox processes, not overrun them, override them. No, you want to support. So if it's a little sluggish, you want to kind of give it a boost. If it's doing way too much, too fast, whatever, you want to slow it down a little bit. But for the most part, you want to make sure that you support the body's natural detox processes. And the body's detox organs are the kidneys, the liver, the skin, and your lymphatic system. So the overall goal is to enhance the elimination of toxins, metabolic waste, and other unwanted substances. And while the concept of detoxing is very popular, it is important to remember that your body is already equipped with an efficient detoxification system. So let's look at some of the key areas that you should focus in when you are talking about formulating for detoxification. Number one, liver support. Now, the liver is the body's main detox organ. It is responsible for processing as well as neutralizing toxins. So you can look at using herbs like burdock root, dandelion root, or even milk thistle, because these are often used for liver detox. They actually help protect your liver cells. They help enhance bile production, which obviously aids in digestion and toxic elimination. And they all stimulate liver regeneration, because a lot of people don't know that, but your liver is a regeneration organ. It can regenerate itself. Okay? Another area of focus, this is a key area, is your kidney function. Now, your kidneys filter waste from the blood and they regulate your fluid balance. So you can use herbs such as nettles or parsley, because these are diuretic herbs that promote urine production, assist your kidneys in flushing out the waste, and they also help prevent the accumulation of toxins. Another key area of focus is your lymphatic system. And I always say that this is like your body's trash can. This is your body's waste management system. The lymphatic system carries toxins and waste away from your tissues to be excreted from the body. Now, the lymphatic system carries toxins and waste away from the tissues to be excreted. You can use herbs such as poke root, red clover, or even cleavers to help stimulate lymphatic drainage. And this will support the movement of the lymph, which is the fluid, and prevent stagnation. Because if you have stagnation in this particular system, you have buildup, you are going to have an imbalance. You are going to have what they call dis-ease of some sort. Okay. And then another key area of focus is your skin. This is an eliminative organ. So the skin is an essential organ for detoxification, often used for excreting waste through your sweat. So you can use herbs such as burdock, red clover, or echinacea to promote clearer skin by encouraging detox processes. Herbal steams or baths with lavender or calendula, they can also help support detoxing your skin. Now, an important part of herbal formulation is understanding the actions of the herbs. How you know you can have a more targeted formula is that you have picked the exact actions that you want the herbs to have on that particular system or on that particular organ. This is key. So when you are talking about detoxing and creating a detoxification formula, you want to focus on these key herbal actions. Number 1, hepatic. These herbs support liver function, okay, such as your milk thistle or your dandelion. Another herbal action is diuretic. These herbs promote urination and they assist, diuretic herbs promote urination to assist the kidneys in detoxing the toxins. And I talked to you about nettles and parsley. Another key herbal action is an alternative. So the alternative herbs, these herbs help cleanse the blood and the tissues. So you're talking about burdock root or cleavers. Another key herbal action for your detoxification formula, you want to focus on herbs that are lymphatic. So these herbs stimulate lymphatic drainage. That's your red clover as well as your cleavers. And then finally, skin cleansing. So these herbs promote detox through your skin. So that can be burdock root. Notice burdock has a lot of different actions. It's a very versatile herb. You can use it for multiple things. So keep that in mind if you are trying to formulate your own detox. Okay. It's better sometimes to use fewer herbs and know what you're doing than have like a 10, 15 herb formulation and you are new or you have no idea. Okay. But the skin cleansing herbs, like I said before, they do promote detoxing through the skin. So focus on those key herbal actions when you are talking about detox formulations. You want a hepatic, a diuretic, an alternative, a lymphatic, and a skin cleansing herb or herbs or herbs, depending on what part of the world you're from. All right. So now that you have determined the actions, okay, you determine the goal, what you need to do, and that's to support your detoxing organs. Once you determine that, now it's like, okay, what actions do I need to have to accomplish those goals? We talked about the actions. Now we're going to talk about your approach to formulation. So number 1, I'm going to give you 4 main points. Assess the individual's needs. So do they have any type of liver congestion? Are their kidneys kind of sluggish? Or do they have any lymphatic stagnation? You want to make sure that you tailor your formula based on which organs need the most support. Number 2, select primary detox herbs. So choose 1 to 2 herbs for liver support, another for the kidneys, and another one to address the lymphatic system. Number 3, balance with supportive herbs. So you want to add in herbs for digestion. An example of this can be like ginger to help stimulate bile, or stress support. So you may want to add in some herbs in your formulation to address stress if that's what they're dealing with. You want to look at herbs such as ashwagandha to address any underlying factors that affect the detoxification. And then number 4, consider your delivery methods. This is very important no matter what formula that you do. Making sure that you deliver your formulation in the proper form. Is it going to be a tincture, a tea, or capsule? Is it going to be a herbal wine? Is it going to be a suppository? However you choose to deliver your formulation, make sure that it is appropriate depending on the person's condition as well as their preferences. All right. And when formulating for a detox program, it's very important to create a balanced approach that supports the body's natural detoxification systems while making sure things are safe as well as effective. So I'm going to give you a few key points to remember. I'm trying not to make this video too long tonight, but I did definitely want to give you some good points and at least a good place to start. So, number one, and again, these are some key points to remember when you are formulating for detoxification. Number one, make sure that you fully understand the detox pathways. So understanding detox pathways involve recognizing how different organs and systems in the body work together to remove toxins and waste products. So let me give you a breakdown of the main detoxification pathways and how you can support each one. Number one, the liver. Now, the liver, like I said before, is the primary detox organ. It is responsible for processing and neutralizing toxins. So what it does is it converts toxins into less harmful substances and it prepares them for excretion. So focus on herbs that support liver function and bile production. An example of that, like I said, is milk thistle or dandelion root. Another detox pathway, kidneys. So the kidneys filter the blood, removing waste products and excess substances, which are then excreted as urine. You want to include diuretic herbs like nettles, parsley, like I explained before, to promote urine production and eliminate waste. Remember, these are the goals as well. Another detox pathway we talked about, lymphatic system. It helps remove toxins, waste products, and pathogens from your tissues and transports them to the bloodstream for excretion. Use herbs like cleavers or red clover to stimulate your lymphatic drainage. You don't want any type of stagnation in this system, really in any of the systems, but especially not your lymphatic system because things will build up. And like I said, you're going to open yourself up for a dis-ease. And then finally, skin. We talked about the skin, how it eliminates toxins through sweat and is involved in the regulation of body temperature. So you want to incorporate herbs that support skin health and sweating to get those toxins out of the body. Now, once you kind of have an understanding of that and you start creating your formula, now you want to make sure that you can balance the formula. So make sure that you're paying attention to synergy, meaning that you're combining herbs that work together to enhance detoxification. So an example of that would be pairing liver supporting herbs with those that help your kidney function. The other thing you want to look at to balance your formula is complementary actions. So balance your stimulating herbs with those that nourish and support the overall well-being. This can prevent overstimulation and ensure a gentle detox process. Because trust me, you do not, even if it's for yourself, your kids, or whoever, you do not want people taking your stuff and running to the toilet. I mean, people want to be able to, let's say, go to their jobs or, do their day-to-day functioning and not have to, run to the toilet every 5 seconds. That's not sustainable. Though, yes, it helps move out the bowels, right? But people need to be able to function and nobody needs any embarrassing accidents. So make sure that you balance the formula out so that your body and your bowels and all this other stuff is not overly stimulated. The other thing you want to consider is individual needs. So tailor your formulation based on the individual's health status, constitutional type, which we talked about before, and specific detox goals. So you can adapt the formulas for different conditions, like somebody may be dealing with chronic fatigue, digestive issues, or even skin problems. Also, look at the dosage. Adjust the amount of each herb based on the individual's tolerance as well as what they need. Another thing you look at is safety. So you always want to, no matter what, when it comes to herbs, be safe. You want to be safe. You want to recommend safe herbs. You always want to do your best to ensure safety, right? Do no harm. That is the ultimate goal. So number one, avoid overuse. So be cautious with potent detox herbs and avoid excessive dosages that might strain the body or cause adverse effects. Some people go out here and get so excited that they're cleansing their body that they're like, okay, if I take more of something, that'll help clean me out really quickly, and we can just do it all in one shot and we'll be done. Now, as with any type of herb or any medication at that rate, anytime it hits your system, we as herbalists can make predictions on what we believe will happen based on the actions, but we can't guarantee it. So you may take that particular herb, and as soon as it hits your system, like I said, it can have the floodgates open and you'll just be on the toilet all day. You have to call off and you ain't be able to go to work, go to school, nothing. You got to sit your butt on that toilet all day because you have opened up the floodgates. So you want to avoid overuse. You want to make sure your clients avoid overuse. That is important. The other thing you want to look at is check for potential herb-drug interactions, especially if the person you're working with or yourself is on medication or has any underlying health conditions. So proceed with caution with these type of people, okay? Another thing is to ensure safety, look at the allergies and any type of sensitivities. Be aware of anything, okay? Anything that pertains with an allergy or sensitivity to a specific herb. Sometimes people don't know, which is why I always recommend a smaller dose and just kind of see how people do, because they don't know if they have an allergy to that particular herb, and they don't know if they have any sensitivities either because they've never had it before. So in those cases, I would just say try a little bit and let's see how your system reacts. That's just my little 2 cents. All right, so that's ensuring safety. Another approach to formulation is to incorporate supportive practices. These practices are hydration, diet, and lifestyle. So with hydration, you want to encourage adequate water intake to support kidney function and waste elimination. Make sure you're drinking enough water. For diet, suggest a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole foods that naturally support detoxification processes. So you want foods that have fiber in it. That's important. And then the other thing I talked about was lifestyle. So I would recommend practices such as regular exercise, making sure you're getting enough sleep, managing your stress. Add these in to complement your detoxification program, because these things also play a role in your body's ability to be able to effectively detox. All right. If you don't have regular exercise, your diet is crap, you're not getting enough water, you're not getting enough sleep, you're stressing, these things also impact the body as well. You can take several different herbs, but if these particular things, hydration, diet, and lifestyle, are out of whack, you're going to have trouble. So incorporate these supportive practices. Another thing is monitor and adjust. So observe the effects and pay attention to how you're responding to the formulation or your client is responding to the formulation, and make adjustments as needed. You may need to switch an herb out, you may need to lower the dose, or you may need to increase the dose if you started out with a smaller dose. Whatever the case may be, just observe the effects. Now, if you have a client that you're seeing, I would give them a journal, or even if they just go to Walmart and get one of those 25-cent or 45-cent little notebooks and say, okay, write down what you're taking, when you're taking it, how you're feeling at the time, and how you feel about an hour afterwards. All right. But you just want to make those observations yourself if it's for you, or if the formulation is for a client, have them write it down so that you can see how the individual is responding to the formulation. The other thing is gather feedback. So let's say you or your client, has written this stuff down. Gather feedback. See if you need to refine the formula, or make sure that it's meeting the detox needs effectively. So it's actually doing what you formulated it for. Feedback is very, very important. I know with my formulations, I always ask people, how's it working for you? These type of things. Don't be afraid for some people to say, well, I haven't really felt anything yet, but I'm just going to keep going. You'll get that. Or it's working great. It's amazing. As soon as I put it in my body, I just felt an immediate difference. So you're going to get varying degrees of feedback. But no matter what, all feedback, whether you perceive it to be negative or not, all feedback is important feedback, especially if you are a formulating herbalist or even a product making herbalist. Very important. And then another thing is the educational component. So you want to educate your clients on the importance of detoxification, how the herbs actually work, and the expected outcomes. This is very important because I feel like a lot of herbalists today are talking at people, but we are not talking to people. We are not explaining the why. Why should I do it this way? If you're saying these herbs work, how do they work? If you're saying the body does this, how does the body do that? Because if you can help people to understand, then they're more apt to feel involved, a part of the process, and they're like, okay, I can buy into this. But if you're talking at them like you're the only one that holds the knowledge, and I'm just talking to you like you're my child, that's not going to work. Education is very important because people, your clients, whoever it is, they're not going to be around you all the time. And trust me, you don't want to have a savior complex. You'll have so many people beating down your door that you're not even going to be able to handle it. So don't get a savior complex. Educate people on the importance of detoxification and doing it the right way. Not just, oh, I'm drinking this drink, I'm straight. I don't know really what it's doing for me, but they said if I drink it, then I'll just clean my body out. I like to give a little bit more detail. And I would recommend anyone under the sound of my voice, give people more detail than that. How does it clean out the body? How does it support the body? Because if you understand that, then you can explain it to them. And if they can understand it, then they're more apt to buy in. And then the other thing is sustainable practices. So promote long-term health practices that support the body's natural detox systems beyond the detox program itself. This is very important. You don't want to find yourself doing a detox every couple of months. Really, if you can do it once or twice a year, to kind of support the body throughout, but you're already doing long-term health practices, you're already exercising, you're already going to sleep, you're reducing your stress, you're eating foods that support the body's systems, then you really don't have to do any type of extreme detoxes. So if you create these sustainable practices, you won't have to, for the long term, be popping pills or drinking strange teas and drinks, you just want to support natural detoxification. So how can you do that, right? Because again, I like to dive a little deep. How can you support natural detoxification? One, for your liver. So let me talk to you a little bit about, really quickly, this is a side note, on how you can support the body's natural detoxification process. Because again, after you've created your formula, you've used it for a certain period of time, you want something that is sustainable even after you've taken your formulation. You don't want to be on your formulation forever. You don't want to be on anything forever, right? You want to be able to make sure you can support the body bounces back, and now you can move forward with a solid, sustainable plan. So let's look at what supporting natural detoxification actually looks like. Number one, liver support. So for your liver, you want to eat sulfur-containing foods like onions, broccoli, and garlic. Number two, stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking enough water so that the body can remove the waste through your sweating, urination, and bowel movements. Number three, eat a balanced diet. Consume plenty of fruits, vegetables, and other nutrient-rich foods. If you're not sure what you're supposed to eat, find out your blood type. And there's a book called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. Get that book, read through it, and see if it's going to work for you. But know your blood type. If you're not sure, you can also do, in Ayurveda, they have the doshas. So look at that, figure out what your dosha is, and eat according to that. But whatever you do, make sure you eat a balanced diet, non-GMO, non-junk, non-colorful, real food, okay? Number four, exercise regularly. So physical activity can help with the detoxification process through sweating and improving circulation. This is very important. You don't have to go run a marathon, but even if you just get on an exercise bike and ride for a couple of miles, you want to keep that circulation going. This is why exercise is important. And back in the day, they kind of just walked the fields or, that kind of stuff. They got their exercise, But nowadays, like I said, in the last podcast, we like to put our feet in a car, pick them up off the ground, and be driven everywhere. And so if we don't make exercise a regular part of our lives, then it seems daunting. It's like, oh, I got to go to the gym. Okay, now I got to do this. Rather than, you know what, I'm going to go out to the garden today. I'm going to go out and clean up my yard. I'm going to really deep clean my house. Making exercise a part of your life, no matter what you're doing, that is a more sustainable practice, and it supports your natural detoxification. The other thing is reduce toxin exposure. So limit your alcohol. If you're smoking, stop, and minimize exposure to environmental pollutants. That's what you put on your skin, what you put in your mouth, what you put on your hair. Okay, all of these things you need to pay attention to. And the reality of it is you just have to get natural products. You really do. I wish I could say there was something different, but you just have to get natural made products, real products, coconut oil, these type of things. You need real products, natural products. And if you don't make them, then support a small business that does. I know there's a lot of people out there that make goat's milk soap and shea butter and all these other things, body mousses and things like that. Try to get as natural as possible, because whatever you put on your skin, it goes into your bloodstream. And then the last thing to support your natural detoxification process is make sure that you get enough sleep. Why? Because during the resting phase, your body is able to do the work it needs to do. And so proper rest supports overall health and the body's natural detoxification processes. Everything that you're doing, the body uses its energy to keep your heart pumping, to keep the detoxification organs up and going. And if you're up and you're running around and you're not getting sleep, it's dividing its energy. It's using part of the energy to keep you up. Now that you're up, it's trying to process the information that it's getting through your eyes. That's energy. You're walking and talking. That's energy. You're sitting down, rolling your thumbs. That's energy. You get up, you're cooking dinner. That's energy. You're laying in the bed and your mind is racing. That is energy. Okay? Energy, energy, energy. So what you want to do, you want to go to sleep. That way, the only thing the body is focusing on as far as energy, it's being directed to healing and repairing the body. It is a necessary thing. It is. I can't say it enough. I hear some people, I get 2 hours of sleep. I get 3 hours of sleep. Then they wonder why they can't lose weight. You got to get some rest. Okay? And I was guilty of that. Burning the candles on both ends. But I realized it's like, I cannot do that. I cannot do that and lose weight. I cannot do that and be a sane, functioning individual long term. So I was like, I can't do it. I got to be able to get sleep no matter what. And I get on myself if I find like, I only had 3 hours of sleep. That is not good. So make sure you get sleep so that the body can repair and do what it needs to do, as well as detoxify. So in this episode, we have talked about the essential principles of detoxification and how to effectively formulate herbal remedies to support your body's natural detox pathways. I've talked about key organs involved, such as your liver, your kidneys, lymphatic system, and skin. And I discussed specific herbs that can enhance their function. So by understanding and balancing these systems, you can create a personalized, safe, and effective detox formula. So I will encourage you to, hopefully you have taken notes, number one. Hopefully you have taken notes. But at the end of the day, just keep in mind that your formulation for detoxification should be your short-term goal. Supporting your natural detoxification process should be your long-term goal. This is something that you would do regardless. So as you are doing let's say you're taking your formula to help detox and support your body's detoxification organs, at the same time, do the things I spoke about as far as hydration, balanced diet, exercise, and all that. Get sleep. Do these things while you're on your detox program. That way, as you come off of your formulation, you can still continue on with supporting that process naturally because you've already been doing it. So it's not like, okay, well, when I get done with this, now I'm going to make sure I get 10 hours of sleep a night. Now I'm going to make sure that I, eat a balanced diet because I was eating junk before, that kind of stuff. And then the other thing too, which I try to tell people as well, it is absolutely pointless to go on a detoxing program if you know that you're going to shove junk in your mouth the next day. Please don't do that. Please set your mind to say, okay, I'm going to do this detoxification program. And after that, I am going to find ways to better support my organs and to be healthy. Because other than that, if it's just a quick fix, what are you doing it for? Your body knows what's up, you know? So make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're doing things the right way. Make sure that you're staying organized and encouraging each other, encouraging yourself. All right. Don't worry about people trying to scare you and, oh no, organs are going to fall out. No, you're supporting the body. The body is doing the work. All right. So if you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media sites at The Demystified Herbalist. Thank you, everyone who is sending me comments, who are saying that my information is just blessing their life. I certainly appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But thank you, more importantly, for listening and just taking in this information. I get excited about it. I get passionate about it, and I love to share it with people because I think it's important. So when you guys send me messages and things like that, I get them all. I read them all. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you guys. I mean, my heart is filled with so much joy. So thank you so much for that. But have a great evening. And until next time, family, I'm out.